So the very first article I wrote for Serious Eats for my column, The Food Lab, was about boiling eggs. So when I was a cook, when I was working in restaurants, I was the new guy, and so I was on breakfast duty. And so I used to have to boil lots of eggs. The way I would do it is if we had to serve 50 boiled eggs, I would boil 100 because I knew that many of them wouldn't peel properly. And so I always wondered, why does the egg shell stick? And I tried changing the pH of the water. I tried changing whether it was at a hard boil or whether it was at a simmer. And in the end, what I found was the only thing that actually mattered was the temperature of the water that you put the eggs into. So if you start them in cold water, the shells stick. So that was like a very clear result. So I published that on Serious Eats, and then years later, people were sort of still not satisfied. At that point, I had my own restaurant. It was a double-blind experiment, so I didn't know which eggs I was handing them. They didn't know what eggs they were peeling, how the eggs were cooked. And so I got them to peel eggs. I noted how many holes and how many cracks each peeled egg had, the time it took to peel the eggs, and then also sort of got oral feedback on how difficult each egg was. This time, there were over 100 volunteers who came in and peeled eggs. And again, we tallied all the data, and again, double blind, and again, it basically proved that yes, if you start your eggs in hot water or steam, they will peel much more easily than if you start them in cold water. So if I could have gone back to myself when I was a cook who cooked 100 eggs a day just to get 50 perfect ones, that would have actually made my life a whole lot easier to know that information. So hopefully there's someone out there now who's the new guy in the kitchen who has to cook breakfast and boil eggs for people who is able to apply that knowledge, and maybe they don't have to eat so many eggs for family meal anymore.